Good morning, I'm Quincy Cuthbert with MGDQ News.
And I'm Divya Patel. Thank you for joining us.
A rising topic in the 21st century is the purpose of religion and how the differences in belief systems can cause conflict between people of different religions.
Today, in our studio, we have a religious correspondents, renowned theologists, Girish Reddy and Michael Wong. Michael Wong is joining us through video chat because he's too important to be with us today.
How are you guys doing?
Absolutely marvelous, thank you.
Oh, but nothing's more important than you two. I've been doing great.
Good. So you guys had a groundbreaking interview with VCU Professor of Religious Studies, Dr. Cliff Edwards.
Yeah, so briefly, Dr. Cliff Edwards got his PhD at Northwestern University and continued his postdoctoral education in France, Switzerland, Jerusalem, and Japan. At VCU, he teaches a variety of religion classes such as Bible as literature and Zen Buddhism.
We have a few segments of your meeting with Dr. Edwards and his view on different religions. We understand that religions seek to understand the big questions of humanity and our environment. Let's see what Dr. Edwards had to say.
You remember he starts out by essentially saying, no, they're not all the same.
Mm-hmm.
But then after he says that, he sort of says, but yeah, what you were saying, that they are kind of going to. So he's sort of saying two things, and maybe that's fine. He's saying it's true. All religions are not exactly alike, and they're not all trying to answer the very same questions. But when you get to the big issues, our humanity, then you're saying, yes, religions are trying to speak to what makes us best as humans.
Very interesting how the base difference in religions actually leads to a similarity in their ultimate goals. Now let's see what Dr. Edwards' own view on religions is.
Again, my own view of religions, if I had been him, I would have tried to find maybe better metaphors for religions. Why not speak about religions as being like kinds of music? Then we could say, are kinds of music, whether you're dealing with some modern pop, or whether you're dealing with this, or whether you're dealing with Mozart, or whether that, of course, they sound very different, but they have things in common.
And they basically serve the same purpose.
Yeah, they're working with sound, and they're appealing to the human emotions, and so the sense is we don't really pit one music against another necessarily. I mean, you can like jazz, and you can still like Mozart, and you can still like, and you'll probably have favorites that appeal most to you, but that doesn't mean you talk down to all other kinds of music.
It's true.
And I would say religion is speaking to the human emotion as well.
That is very interesting. Unlike many other countries, the United States has a wide array of different cultures and religions. Let's take a look at how religion plays out here. Do the religions combine to become one, or does each belief system retain its own identity?
I do think in both cases that, the old idea that was the melting pot. Everybody comes to America, you all get to be American.
Right.
And, the new image that was used was the salad bowl.
Right, yeah.
That a tomato can still be a tomato and be part of the salad, and lettuce can be lettuce, and a carrot can be a carrot, and they're all there together, and that's what makes a really good salad.
In the United States, there is a growing rate of the belief in atheism. Is it ignorance or the dismissal of all religions given sufficient prior knowledge of religion itself?
No, I think serious atheism is really a kind of skepticism that is saying question everything and don't leave religion out of it. If you can question politics and you can question this and this and this, ask the hard questions of religion.
Yes.
And one of the hard questions is there really a God?
Often, religious groups will take it upon themselves to try to convert non-believers and push their views on others.
Yeah, like the people who stand in the campus and preach to students about the religion.
I'm gonna go to hell, but love has no boundaries. That's in the Bible.
Yeah, love has some boundaries. Look, that's in the Bible.
No.
Show me chapter and verse that love has no boundaries. God demonstrated his love toward us that in Christ Jesus, the just died for the unjust. But God's going to cast people into hell. There are boundaries. I mean, what happened to Adam and Eve when they sinned? He cast them out of the garden. What happened to the flood? All the world, except for 8 people, were destroyed in the flood.
Dr. Edwards had quite a lot to say about this.
Let's take a look.
Personally, I'm sort of embarrassed by them. That is, physics doesn't have to be embarrassed that way. They don't have a physicist coming out there, you know, who has just one view of physics and says, no, I'm after Kepler's ideas on physics and that's it. And so I'm a little embarrassed when somebody has one answer to everything and feels that they need to not just talk about it. I mean, here we're talking. They don't talk. I mean, they just pronounce.
The central theme to most religions is a belief in a supreme being, a God.
We asked Dr. Edwards what is the belief in God and why the idea is studied in most religions.
So the God thing, I mean, I would say, for me, it's a mystery. And the mystery, I would say, you said he or she, I'd add it. That is, it can be beyond what we think of as human, and maybe it's simply a kind of ideal that gives us a chance symbolically to talk about where we'd like the world to be going. And if we want to give it the name God, then give it the name God.
This leads to the questions. Should people believe in religion or at least study religious texts in order to simply understand?
Hope is, I'm in the field of religion because I think those texts often inspire me, and I hope they would inspire others. But I tend to stay open to the fact that it might be music, it might be art, might be physics, might be medicine, that really grabs someone else. And I hope it would open them up so that they'd want to read something in every field. But you can't do it all. I found out because you still have lots and lots of years left, but I don't have that many years left, and I know I can't do everything. So I do those things I think I can do best.
That concludes our special segment on religion. Thank you to our guest speakers, Michael Wong and Girish Reddy.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
What am I doing again? Just say, oh, thank you very much.
Oh, thank you very much. Have a nice day.